What is up, Sexy Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and Treyarch released the Revelations prologue, or I'm kind of assuming the intro cutscene, and holy shit was it amazing. Like, I had goosebumps running up my arms, legs, and balls. Like, it was absolutely amazing. The things we learned, and the things that are going to be in this map. This map is coming out September 6th, and I just can't wait. I want the map right now. The hype train is real. Choo-choo, motherfuckers. Buckle up, because this map is going to be epic. So we're going to go ahead and dolphin dive right into this and take this piece by piece and sort of explain what's going on, what we should be expecting, and the storyline behind this map. So it starts off with Dr. Monty. He's basically narrating the whole thing, and he says that this universe was supposed to be the perfect universe, without any evil or corruption that the other universes had. This universe was supposed to be the one and only good universe, without all the faults that the other ones had. And in this picture right here, you can see all the children. You got Takeo. I mean, he's pretty obvious to figure out which one he is. We all know who Richtofen, aka Eddie, and Samantha are. Nikolai is the one holding the tank, and Dempsey is the one playing with himself, which sounds kind of weird out of context. And if this room with all the children looks familiar, good, because it should, because this is actually the room that the Origins Easter egg ending cutscene was actually in. So if you remember the Origins Easter egg cutscene, only Eddie and Samantha were actually in that, and then you hear the siren, and then Max is like, come downstairs. So we go downstairs. And basically what was happening was somebody was being sent to the house. So in the actual Revelations intro cutscene prologue thingy, we hear the siren, we go downstairs, and that's when our characters from Origins, Richtofen, Dempsey, Takeo, Nikolai, actually appear. So that siren means someone is getting sent to the house, so that kind of explains what's going on in the Origins Easter egg cutscene. The siren is just to say, hey, someone's approaching, and that person was Dempsey, because Dempsey was the first person we actually sent there, because Richtofen, aka Eddie's already there, and so is Samantha, and the only other children there were Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo, so Dempsey was the first one, so we can assume that the Origins Easter egg cutscene happens during the events, or I should say after the events of Der Eisendrache, right when we first send Dempsey up there. That's what's going on at the house. Samantha and Eddie are playing, they're like, okay, next is my turn, stuff like that. But basically, our characters arrive, we did it, we completed the mission, we did what we were trying to do in Black Ops 3, we got all the souls, we did it, yay us, good job, clap, 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 clap. And they decide to have a heartwarming reunion and destroy the teleporter because they don't need it anymore. The only thing it can do is hurt them now, so they don't need it anymore, they're good. And then that's where Dr. Monty says Maxis went ahead and fucked it all up. And the reason for this is because Maxis never got his soul, he only got his brain. So back in Origins, if you remember, we sent the Maxis drone up to this place, and that didn't have Maxis' soul, so Dr. Monty only got Maxis' brain, but not his soul. So if we really think about it, it's Richtofen's fault for carving out Maxis' brain and putting in the Maxis drone. So in reality, all this is Richtofen's fault, but if you really think about it, I guess it would still be Maxis' fault because he led the expedition to the Origins dig site. But if we really want to get down to it, it's Germany's fault for trying to set the expedition, so I guess the core message of this is it's always Germany's fault. But basically what Maxis did was he kept hearing the voices similar to the Shadows of Evil crew. He was hearing the SHADOWMAN, and the SHADOWMAN was doing the exact same thing that he did to the Shadows of Evil crew to Maxis. He was saying, help me, you know, your universe is fucked, I can help you, get me out of here. He's basically tempting Maxis, and I'm assuming the only reason he can do this and the only reason Maxis can actually hear him is because Maxis didn't have his soul, so he wasn't free of corruption and evil. He could actually still be tempted by it. And I don't think Maxis himself knew what was going on. He was just being lured in by the SHADOWMAN because Dr. Monty never got Maxis' soul, he only got his brain. And I'm also assuming that the reason we got all of our other versions of ourselves, the reason we went and killed Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo, was so we can actually acquire their souls, and also Richtofen, or maybe Richtofen. We don't exactly know if he acquired his soul or what exactly he did to his former self. But I'm assuming the reason we acquired their souls was so that way the kid versions of this universe wouldn't be able to get corrupted. That's the reason I'm assuming we went and did everything in Black Ops 3. But back onto the video. So Maxis fiddles around with the summoning key and opens up the SHADOWMAN. He releases the SHADOWMAN in this perfect universe. And even Dr. Monty himself said, I had no idea he was in there, like, I didn't know. And that's where we learn that the SHADOWMAN and the Epicycnes are the ultimate evil. They are the most powerful and evil beings in the known universes, and now they are unleashed in this perfect world, and Dr. Monty doesn't want that. And as the Epicycnes and the SHADOWMAN wreak havoc over this universe, things start going crazy. It starts getting torn apart. Things start appearing out of nowhere, and that's where we see Nocturne Toten and zombies actually coming from Nocturne Toten. And that's where we sort of learn that we might not get the remix of all the maps because they're going to be all in one map. They're all going to be in this map. We might have bits and pieces of every single zombie map that we've played so far, everything from World at War to even Black Ops 3, we're going to all have that in one map. Now, it's not going to be like full maps or anything because that would just be way too big, but we're going to have probably sections of each map into this map, and that's going to be so awesome. I've been wanting this for so long. And also at the end, we see Takeo wield his fucking katana, and I swear to God, Treyarch, if we do not get to use that goddamn katana in the last map, I'm gonna cry. I will legitimately cry. We've been wanting this since World War. Why can we not use Takeo's katana? Please, Treyarch, just let us use this. But this prologue does make me ask a lot of questions, just like Treyarch usually does. They'll give you some answers, but they're gonna give you more questions than answers. So question number 1. Why can't Dr. Monty do anything? Dr. Monty's supposed to be like a god, and let's say the Apothicons and SHADOWMAN are sort of like the devil, you know, it's a good comparison right there. Why isn't Dr. Monty doing anything? He created this perfect universe, and he wants us to protect it? Why can't he do anything? So that's question number 1. And question number 2, he doesn't really seem that concerned about it. He's like, okay, the Apothicons and SHADOWMAN are here. You know, you guys go take care of it. I really don't care. Question number 3. Is this the reason behind 115 being in multiple different universes? Are the Apothicons the reason behind 115? Because this giant ball, it seems like the Apothicons are sucking something out of it. And you can see this giant Apothicon tentacle hentai monster grab some 115 from its mouth and then shoot it through a portal. And there's a bunch of different portals around, so I can only assume that they're shooting it into different universes. So that would kind of mean that they're getting 115 from this big ball, so maybe that giant big ball is actually just the source of 115. So are they shooting 115 into different universes? And is the reason they're doing that so that way they can eventually invade and corrupt that universe? Is that the whole reason behind 115 being in multiple different universes? Is because Apothicons just kept shooting it down? That's why 115 was always seen as a meteor, like the Tunguska event, or in Origins, or in Shinonuma. 115's always been in a meteor because these giant hentai monsters would shoot it down, and I'm assuming they did this just so that way they could eventually invade and corrupt this universe. They need a starting point, so they're gonna shoot some 115 down, let the zombies start happening, and then they can eventually invade it. Is that the whole reason behind them doing this? I'm not sure of the why to the shooting of the 115 into different universes, but it's pretty safe to assume that they're the reason behind 115 being in multiple different universes. Question number 4. It seems like Richtofen and the gang and the Dr. Monty have the same objective. They both want to keep this universe safe and secure. So why would Richtofen need the blood vials? What are those blood vials for? Does Dr. Monty have another agenda, or does Richtofen have another agenda? Why would Richtofen need those blood vials? What were they for? What was he expecting to happen once he got here? Did he know the SHADOWMAN was in there, and did he purposely bring the SHADOWMAN here so he could release them? There's just so many questions about these blood vials and what they're actually for. Was Richtofen planning to use those against Dr. Monty? Is he going to try to betray Dr. Monty after we get rid of the SHADOWMAN and the Apothicons? Is Richtofen secretly working for them? There's just so many questions, because why would Richtofen need the blood vials, and why would he have this backup plan to go to the house if he wasn't going to go against someone? Because it seems like once we got here and completed our mission, we did it. Everything's fine. But Maxis went and fucked it up and released the SHADOWMAN, so we have to take care of that first. But once we take care of the SHADOWMAN, what's going to happen? What's the blood vials for? What's the ultimate plan? Something's going to happen after we take care of the Apothicons and SHADOWMAN. I feel like that's just the event leading up to the grand finale of what's really going to happen. There's something big going on here. Bigger than the SHADOWMAN and the Apothicons, but we don't know what it is yet. Are we going to go against Dr. Monty? Is Dr. Monty actually really evil, or is he actually really good? There's just so many questions that I don't know the answer to. I can't wait till we get into this map and actually figure out everything that's going on. But just a quick recap to go over everything. This universe is supposed to be the perfect universe. We actually completed our mission in Black Ops 3. Hurrah! Clap, 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 clap. Maxis, since he did not have his soul, went and fucked everything up by releasing the SHADOWMAN in this universe. Dr. Monty says, wow, didn't know he was in there. Can you guys fix this? Our job is to fix this. All the maps are probably going to be in some way, shape, or form in this DLC. Well, I should say in this map, not this DLC. And this map's going to be epic. I can already go ahead and tell you that right now. So I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think is going on in this DLC? There's got to be something going on behind the scenes. Why would we need the blood vials? That just frustrates me beyond no end. Why would we need the blood vials if we completed our mission and we did everything that we were supposed to do? Let's take out the SHADOWMAN. We're going to keep talking about this. And let's take out the SHADOWMAN and the Apothicons. When we got here, it seems like we completed our mission and everything was hunky-dory. We did it. Nothing's bad's going to happen. So what the fuck do we need this backup plan for? I can't for the life of me figure it out. Treyarch has either done a really good job of keeping this hidden, or I'm just an idiot and it's been in front of us this entire time. So I'm done talking about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. So if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.